fold increase in the amount of bed bugs over the past 3 years.
Isn't that incredible? Some experts say it's climate change, and that means the harsh winters, which used to kill off those pets, are getting less frequent.
And at the same time, many creatures are becoming resistant to the chemicals that we use to kill them off. So just how bad is it? What can we do? David Kane is a bed bug expert. Is a better way to put it. Morning, David. Most people just aren't particularly familiar with them. Just think, oh, you might get them in a bed. They're not really going to bother me too much, but they do.
Yeah, it's something that over the last 5 years that I've been a pest controller, I've seen the problem dramatically increase. From 4 years ago, it was a real rarity. I'd see a case a month. And then over a 6-month period, it started to ramp up. And over the last 12 months, we've seen a massive upsurgence in activity.
Ooh, and they're they're bigger than you imagine, aren't they?
How can they get through sheets? They're quite large.
A lot of people unfortunately mistake them for dust mites, which are incredibly small and microscopic. They don't actually come through the sheets. They live in the bed and the area around the bed, or in fact anywhere that you spend long periods of time. So you can get them in sofas, on your work chair, etc. And then they wait for you to be stationary and still for any length of time. Then they come out, latch onto you, feed for some blood, and then disappear back into hiding as quickly as possible.
And they can hop from one person to another, is that right?
That's correct. What usually happens is when an infestation is incredibly light, you'll see a lot of signs like these little black spots that you can see on the paper in the jar there. That's one of the early detectable signs. But as an infestation goes undetected, because 60% of people don't respond to the bites, it builds up to a level where you can actually travel around with you and they're on your clothes.
Right.
So could I get, I mean, I'm not suggesting that you have got them on, but if we were sitting together on a bus or something, would they be able to hop from you to me to you?
It's more likely that if I was carrying bed bugs, sat in a seat, a couple of them got dislodged, and then you were the next person to sit in that seat, then they'd quite happily jump on board your clothes and either come to the office with you or end up back at home with you.
It was a good point you said to us earlier about bringing bed bugs home and making sure that you don't put any of your outdoor clothing on your bed, because you don't do that at all, do you? Never put outdoor clothing on your bed.
Absolutely. It's a trick that the Victorians used to do, and it was very prevalent up until about the 1930s and 40s, where bed bugs was a major problem in the UK. About 30% of homes were infested. So there's a lot of sort of old wives' remedies and tales about never put your outside clothes on the bed. Right. People used to actually take the mattress off, give it a vacuum, give it a clean, inspect the bed on a monthly basis. And these are all things that in modern times we've just simply stopped doing.
Need to start doing again, probably.
Absolutely. Once a month, inspect your bed area, check for the critical signs of bed bugs, because if it's caught early, it's a simple problem to deal with. The longer it's left to go, the harder it is.
David, thank you. Can you take your little friends home? They're not going to get out of that anyway, are they?
They certainly won't.
No,
okay,
good.
Lovely, thank you.
Bye.
Somebody just said to us we've had worse things on that sofa, and I think he's possibly right.
You can hear more about the increase in bugs tonight. It's on Costing the Earth, BBC Radio 4 at 9 o'clock.
Indeed. Now, when you go to the countryside, you expect to get away from the urban sprawl, not to be faced with more of it, but it seems that your rural day out could be ruined by an abundance of unnecessary road signs.
Yes, that's according to the Campaign to Protect Rural England, who want fewer of them in order to end the confusion.